Okay, so here we go. Again, see how you guys are doing. All right, now for finding the slope, or remember you're just looking for delta y over delta x. And so I like to encourage you, if you want, you can draw that. Now, that is going in a what? Negative direction. Going down is negatives, everybody agree? So I went down how many? -3. And then delta x would be what? 1. So the slope is?
-3.
The slope is just -3. All right? So just double check yourself as you're going now. All right? Now let's look at number 3. All right, now we have it as a point. All right, so you just have to remember the formula. Y equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So now I have -5 minus -3 over -7 minus -9. So I ended up with what? -2 over +2, so that slope was just what? -1. All right. Now's the time. Speak up. All right, here we go. Let's check out number 5 now. All right. So again, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 9 minus 9 over 3 minus 5. 0 over -2. So the slope, in fact, is what? 0. All right, does anybody have any questions? Slope is 0. Yes.
Why did we do a different formula on 2 than we did on 1?
I didn't do number 2. Which one are you talking about?
Oh, we're looking at 3.
You all right, Gavin, or not?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Number 7. Now, find the value of r so the line passes through each pair of points has the given slope. All right, so this was the IXL, which brings me back to a good point. If you want 10 extra credit points, you need to get them up to what? 90. All right, that'll give you a +10. All right, that'll help out a lot for some of you. All right, so here we go. So on this problem right here, I want to try to keep the r positive, so I'm going to go in this direction. All right, so I'm going to say 5 minus 3 over r minus -4 equals 1/4. So if I simplify 5 minus 3, I just get what? 2 over r plus 4 equals 1/4. Now, the problem some of you had, you're cross multiplying. So 1 times r plus 4 is r plus 4. 2 times 4 is 8. So r had to be what? R had to be 4. R had to be 4. All right. Any questions? Yes.
So you always want to keep the variable positive.
Yeah, it just makes the problem easier. That's all. It just makes the problem easier. One less step. All right. Now let's take a look at number 9. Write the equation in what form? Slope-intercept form. All right. Which is going to be super easy because they're giving me in this problem what? Slope and the intercept. So you should be able to just quickly write y equals 1/4 x plus 3. Now remember, at the top here, you might want to remind yourself y equals mx plus b. That's that form. Very good. Again, write it in slope-intercept form. All right. So question number 11. What is the y-intercept? Somebody tell me what the y-intercept is. I'm listening. 2. Notice I'm circling the y-intercept. How do I know that's the y-intercept? Because that's where the line crosses the y-axis. So what would be good for you to do right now is write b equals 2. right? B equals 2. All right, that just makes it perfectly clear what the B is. The B is the y-intercept. Now remember, I'm going to try to find the slope now. So to find the slope again, I'm going to do the rise over the run. So here we go. What is delta y right now? Well, I went up, didn't I?
2.
So it is 2. So delta y right now is 2. And then I ran all the way to this point. And how far did I move?
5.
I went 5. So delta x is equal to 5. So the slope is what? 2 over 5, which means our equation is
Y equals x plus 2.
that's all there is to it. That's how simple. What?
So how do you know whether to start at the 0 and 2 or
Well, because remember what I try to tell kids is that we read numbers from left to right. So that's why I say always start with the leftmost point. You start with the leftmost point, all right, you won't get double negatives or something along those lines. All right? Anybody have any issues now with number 11? All right, let's see what number 13 says. All right, now to graph 13, what do I have to do first? I have to get it into y equals mx plus b. So I have to divide everything through by what? 3. Thank you. Y equals 2/3 x minus 2. And so what do I do now? Who's going to tell me how to graph? Go.
you do the first point at the -2.
Good. And then
Go up 2 and over 3.
up 2 and over 3. Beautiful. And then you're going to graph that line. All right, any questions? Yes. Come on, I just divided by 3, right? Watch. Divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. You know that. Right? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video right now. Just going to walk around the room, and I'm going to start up in about 5 minutes. So everybody should be right now working on question number 15, and then we're doing the odds. All right? Now, everything here, remember, is they want it written in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. All right, so let me pause the video. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to knock out 15 because I think that's pretty easy. 17 should be 17 is not easy because they don't give you the y-intercept. All right, so you have to use what form? Point, slope. Why do we use point slope? Because there is a point and a slope. Doesn't give you the y-intercept. All right, but let's take care of 15. All right, first of all, I'm going to circle the y-intercept. What is the y-intercept? The y-intercept is -4. My recommendation is just to write down b equals -4. Now I'm going to find the slope. That means I'm just going to pick 2 points. This point right here and this point right there. So what is the slope? I went what? Down 1. I went down 1. If I go down 1, that means it's negative. And then went over to the right what? So the slope is simply -1 over 1, which is -1. Now we can write the equation. Y equals -x minus 4. Any issues? What?
You use the -1
No. The -1 is a coincidence. Come on now, Dalton, listen to me. This is what I did. How do I find the slope? It's rise over run, right? So I went what? I went down how many? That's -1. Then I went to the right what? -1 over 1 is the slope. Come on now, you got to understand that. Anybody else have a question on that? Straightforward. From the slope on the graph, you just do rise over run, delta y over delta x. Pick 2 points. How did you get from one point to the other? That's what the slope is. All right? Now, 17. This is a point. It is not the y-intercept. That is a point. This is the slope. So we're going to start out using what? Point slope form. Now, if the direction said write the answer in point slope form, we would be what? Done. But it doesn't say that. So here we go. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. If you can't do this, that means you didn't get enough practice. You got to put in the reps. Practice, practice, practice. All right? Now, y minus 7 equals 2/7 times x minus 3. Is anybody stuck there? Anybody have a problem with that? Now, what form am I supposed to be in? Slope intercept. That's okay. Slope intercept. So if I'm supposed to be in slope intercept, that means I'm turning it into y equals mx plus b, which just basically means I'm solving for what? Solving for y. So I distribute the 2/7, which is good to do for our fractions. So y minus 7 equals 2/7 x minus what? Come on, guys. Minus what? Someone. Thank you. 6/7 minus 6/7. Now I heard one person say the answer. That's it. One. Does everybody understand now why it's 6/7? If not, now's the time to ask. You're just multiplying 2/7 times 3/1. You got it now, right? Because we're multiplying what? Numerators together, denominators together. Come on now, stay with me now. Just because I'm fussing doesn't mean I'm mad at you. I want you to ask me a question. But I just want you to know multiplying fractions. Everybody good with that? Now I got another big problem because now I have to add fractions. So now I'm going to ask you to add what to both sides of the equation? 7. Well, 7, listen to what I'm saying, 7 is how many sevenths? 7 is how many sevenths? 49. So you're really adding 49/7. Now, why am I adding 49/7? Because what is 49 divided by 7? 7. But I can't add them unless they have the same denominator. So now the answer is y equals 2/7 x what?
Plus 6 and then 7.
Better than that. Plus 43/7. Not arguing with you. Just in advanced math, we use what? Improper, not mixed. It's easier to work with fractions. All right? But if you wrote 6 1/7, all is well. Anybody have any issues with that now? All right, let's try one more. Then I'll give you some more time. All right, now we have to write the equation line that passes through each pair of points. For 19, do they give us the y-intercept? What's the y-intercept on 19, guys?
5.
5. Circle it. B equals 5. That's what you should know. Now I got to figure out the slope, right? So I went from this point here to this point here. So somebody tell me what is delta y? -4. Somebody tell me what delta x is. +4. So what's my slope? -1. Beautiful. So my equation is what? Now, does it say what form I want?
No.
No. So here we go. I'm going to tell you what I want. I'm going to make this one kind of easy. Point slope form. Or we're going to do point slope form. But this is perfectly fine right here. Or I leave that one alone. point slope for these down here. Point slope, which is easier. All right. So for 21, I'm going to do 21 with you. All right, what am I missing on 21? Slope. So m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1.
So it will be 5 plus 3
Good job. Over
over 4 plus 2.
good, which is
It is 8 over 6, and you reduce that to 3. Sorry. 4 over 3.
yes, thank you very much. Perfect. 4 over 3. Now, since we're writing it in point slope form, does it matter what point we're choosing?
No.
No. Any one you want to do, Emily? Which one? First or the second?
Let's do this.
Good. No negatives. All right. So now my answer is
Y minus
good. Come on.
minus 5 equals 4 thirds,
Good.
and in parentheses x minus 4.
Beautiful. I don't want you stressing out now. Tell me what you don't know.
13.
All right, so I'm back to 13. All right, everybody else, get busy. All right, Mr. Osborne, come on, let me help you. What's wrong with 13? Now listen, this was from last week, so hey, listen to me. You missed the day, so I need you to relax. You hear me? All right, let's go. Come on now. Divide by 3. You see how I divided by 3 there, buddy? And I end up with 2/3 x minus 2. You good with that? Now do you remember how to graph that? You go what? Yes, you do. You're right. And now, did you get this right here? That's correct. That's correct. That's it. You're in good shape now for that one? All right. What's the matter?
I got how you got -2 on the graph, but you just went like 3 over and 1.
I don't know what you mean.
Like
Come on, I'm using the slope. We're using the slope. Right here. Do you know what this is for? What? That's the slope. So how do I use the slope?
You use it
Delta y equals 2, delta x equals 3.
and then you
That's what we've been doing this whole time. Right? You're going up and down. You're going, in this case, up 2 and to the right 3 from the y-intercept. All right, come on.